In this video, we're going to explore how to use JSON.Stringify in JavaScript. And this is really important as well. If you've learned what is a JSON and how to parse JSON, basically make it readable for JavaScript, you should also learn how to do the opposite as well, the exact opposite. And what does JSON.Stringify really does is basically it takes JavaScript information and convert it back into a JSON object, which is basically a string in JSON. And the reason why you want to know this is, imagine you have data in JSON, in JavaScript. You have data, a database, a table, an array of details that you have, but you want to send it out as JSON so that you can use it for other locations or other services for some reason. You want to be able, or you want to do this and know how to convert it first into a JSON. If not, you're not able to send it out properly, or people might be confused in the type that you have, because JSON is almost a standard usage for communication. So let's start and explore this. So the first thing is now, how will we create an object in JavaScript? Well, you've seen it probably, but let's start and make one. So let's say we have a new constant, and this constant is products. And in these products, we have some supermarket items. So we're going to put in here the curly braces, or curly brackets. And then in here, we're going to put in, and we're going to create a JavaScript object. Meaning that we need here, let's say some items, milk. There's no quotations in here. And this is on purpose because it's already readable for JavaScript. And then here we can put in, we can put in your product. Let's say milk, comma. And then another one would be price. And then here we can make this is a number. So it's let's say $1.99, comma. And then we have another item, and this will be a weight or package. And this will be a liter. And we can say here maybe weight. And this is a number, 1 liter pack. All right. So we've got this. This is now all done. And this, of course, we don't put in here any quotations. Well, why? It's not a string. Remember, it's not a string. So if we have now our console log, and let's open this up and extract some products. What we want, for example, we want the product milk, and we want to get the weight of 1. All right. So what we're going to do here, we just can say here product dot. We have here product. So probably we can use this. Let's double check if that really works, and that won't be conflicting. Product, if not, we can change this back to item. Let's say here we do this and save this. Refresh here, open up our console log, and we can see here milk. So it shows. However, I would not recommend this. Maybe here instead of product, I'll call this items. This is to avoid confusion. So we have items. Now items is one product here. That's the milk. All right, it shows properly here. And now what we want to do is we want to do basically the same thing, but we want to stringify them. So if we do a stringify, basically what we really do is this. We put in here a single quotation, and I have to put in here this semicolon. All right. And here basically we will put in here quotation marks, double quotations. Remember, for the objects or for JSON, always double quotations within. So if you would do this, you would see now you'll get an error. Let's see, are we getting? Yes. All right, save this. The numbers does not need a quotation unless it is a date. Remember that for JSON. So let's refresh here. Now you get undefined. So this is correct. You would say this is wrong. No, this is correct because right now we have it here as a stringify. So basically this is already stringified, but we want to use the command stringify to make sure that we have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a constant, and this constant will say parse or JSON dot parse. So we're going to parse it first. Then we say items, and what we say here is constant items parse equals this, all right. And then in here, we can just put this here. Then we say parse.product. This should work nicely. Oh, unexpected const. What's going on? Are we having an error? Yeah, of course. We cannot use const here. That doesn't make any sense. So save this. Refresh. Now we get nil. All right. So that works. So what happened now if we do another const? And in this case, we're not going to do items parse. We're going to items stringify with double S, all right. And then we say here JSON.stringify, and then we put in again. Oh, let me put in a semicolon. This is nice to close it off properly. And then we say here, once we just parse the items, we're going to now stringify them. And once we stringify them, and then we do exactly the same here with console log, but now we copy this. Oh, copy this correctly. Save this, and let's see what happened now. As you can see, the first one is still correct, it's milk, because we just we parse them properly for JavaScript. But once you do stringify, it goes back exactly to the same what we just did by manually, but now it is with a piece of code. And this stringify makes sure that JavaScript cannot read it, because now it is a JSON string. Basically, it's a string now instead of an object. If you want to change this, we have to basically use the parse. Then the strings or the quotation marks that we put in here, but we show you manually, has to be removed. Once it's not a string anymore, it becomes an object. So basically what you do with JSON is you get a string from JSON. If you have another service or somewhere else, an API where you get the data, you get a string, and what you do is with that string, you convert it into a object. And once you have the object, you can start to show them, and what you want to do eventually is convert it back, or if you have your JavaScript object, convert it into a string, and that string can be transmitted to anywhere else so that other people could use it, or you could use it in any other database for some reason. And this is basically how you use Stringify and why you use Stringify as well. If you like videos like this, subscribe to my channel, and if you have a question regarding to this, put them in the comment section below. And if you want to learn Chart.JS, check out my Udemy course. See the link in the description box.